Hello everyone, my name is Andrew McMaster and I am giving the presentation this week on Chapter 19 on Broadband and Home Networks. Broadband, often referred to as high-speed internet, refers to a type of connection that offers a faster means to connect to the internet with faster throughput. Broadband usually has a data transmission rate of 1 to 50 Mbps. This high rate of access is in contrast to dial-up internet access, which has a maximum transmission speed of 56 kbps. Satellite broadband is used mostly in rural or mountain areas that can't get DSL, cable, or fiber optic service. The standard wired broadband technologies in most areas are cable, DSL, and fiber optic service. There are also wireless broadband options. Mobile broadband is offered through many cell phone service providers through 3G and 4G networks, even some 5G now. Wireless internet Wi-Fi is also available via Wi-Fi radio waves. Broadband networks deliver services in a variety of ways, using different technologies including digital subscriber line (DSL), cable modems, satellite, fiber optic cable networks, and wireless technologies. DSL, also known as digital subscriber line, is a technology that provides digital data transmission over unused frequencies on traditional telephone lines. It is a technology that uses twisted pair cable, the same as that used for regular telephones, to connect your computer to the internet. The bandwidth of the wires is split into 3 sections like a 3-lane highway. One of the lanes is used to carry voice data. DSL uses the remaining 2 lanes to send and receive data separately at much higher frequencies than voice data. To use DSL, you need a DSL modem. Splitters are also needed to separate the voice and data signals. FTTN, fiber to the node, is a hybrid of DSL. It is also known as VDSL. This supplies fiber optic cable from the central office to nodes in individual neighborhoods. This carries a higher speed fiber optic service through a copper wire from the nodes to the residences. FTTH, fiber to the home, is a fiber optic service to the home that uses fiber optic lines, which are strands of optically pure glass or plastic that are thin as a human hair. They're arranged in bundles called optical cables and transmit data via light signals over long distances. Because light travels so quickly, this technology can transmit an enormous amount of data at super fast speeds. Cable modem is a technology that provides digital data transmission over cable TV infrastructure. You need a cable modem to use this service. Satellite is a broadband technology that provides digital data transmission over satellites. You need a satellite dish to use this type of technology. Wireless technology is a broadband technology that provides high-speed wireless internet access or computer networking access over a wide area. BPL is also known as broadband over power line. Broadband over the power line was thought to be the wave of the future at one time. Power lines go through every home, and this device plugs into an ordinary outlet. However, this technology is obsolete. It was found to be susceptible to interference from radio frequencies, and other broadband services provide much faster and more reliable service. Next, we're going to talk about home networks. Ethernet networks are the most common networks used in home networking. Most Ethernet networks use a combination of wired and wireless connections, depending on the data throughput required. Wired connections usually achieve higher throughput than wireless connections. Wired Ethernet home networks use the Gigabit Ethernet standard. Wired networks are networks that require the devices to be connected or tethered to the internet routing source. Network navigation devices, such as routers and switches, facilitate and control the flow of data through a network. A router transfers packets of data between two or more networks. On a home network, you need a router to transfer data between your home network and the internet, which is considered a separate network. To add Wi-Fi to your home network, you need a router that features wireless capabilities. A switch acts like a traffic signal on a network. All routers sold for home use have integrated switches. Switches receive data packets and send them to their intended nodes on the same network, not between different networks. Wireless networks allow you to access the internet wirelessly at home. You need to establish Wi-Fi on your home network by using a router that features wireless capabilities. You also need the right equipment on your mobile device. A residential gateway is a device that allows a local area network to connect to a wide area network via a modem. Working together, the home network and the residential gateway. As part of the carrier network, the home gateway supports remote control, detection, and configuration. When the home network and the residential gateway work together, it makes the network more accessible. The device will initially allow consumers to network their PCs so they can share internet access, printers, and other peripherals, as well as allow people to play multiplayer games or distribute movies and music throughout the home. The ultimate goal, potentially 5 to 10 years away, is to have every consumer device connected. A person could turn on the air conditioning through the TV, or a homeowner with a video security camera at home can view the house from a web browser at work. Net neutrality basically means that internet service providers should enable access to all content and applications regardless of the source, without favoring or blocking particular products or websites. Net neutrality, network neutrality, is the idea that internet service providers, ISPs, should treat all data that travels over their networks fairly, without improper discrimination in favor of particular apps, sites, or services. It is a principle that must be upheld to protect the future of our open internet. In recent development, Congress has required that federal government, under the FCC's leadership, develops and enforces broadband policies that would contribute to efforts in a meaningful way regarding wireless networking. Broadband penetration statistics vary widely. Home broadband penetration in the United States has plateaued. More Americans have gotten their broadband through their smartphones than any other service. Cost was the #1 reason why consumers stated that they did not receive broadband home services. Factors to watch in the future with broadband and home networks would be market growth, broadband speed, spectrum auctions, usage-based pricing, and getting a job. A spectrum auction is a process whereby a government uses an auction system to sell the rights to transmit signals over specific bands of the electromagnetic spectrum and to assign scarce spectrum resources. Spectrum is the invisible infrastructure used by wireless devices, such as smartphones and tablets, to provide communication services. The additional spectrum reclaimed through the incentive auction will help increase the speed, capacity, flexibility, and ubiquity of mobile broadband services such as 4G LTE and Wi-Fi-like networks to improve performance of devices such as smartphones and tablets that rely on mobile networks. Usage-based pricing is charging a customer on how much they use the product or service. Usage-based pricing bases a charge model on the consumption of a billable service or resource. Consumers are demanding new forms of consumption and are preferring a usage plan for those certain services. Usage-based pricing ties pricing to the value consumers receive, and it also allows companies to price, package, and sell in a variety of different ways. If you are looking at getting a job in broadband and home networks, there are growing areas of employment, such as support and development and content creation. In preparing for the future, we want to look at impacts of net neutrality, the number of devices that can and will be connected to wired and wireless networks, and smart homes. It is difficult to predict what the future holds for broadband and home networks. However, the trend of remotely controlling everything from your phone seems to be the direction we are headed in. Now that we have come to the conclusion of the presentation, I will leave you with the 2 questions to ponder for this week. What is a broadband network, and what are a broadband network's advantages and disadvantages? Also, what are the differences between a broadband network and a home network? Thank you everyone for watching. Have a great week.